His face.
I like that, and we're rolling with that. Good afternoon, Antrim County. This is Matt, Brandon, and Carrie for Veteran Voice Podcast. How's it going?
Perfect hour, I guess.
Yeah, buddy.
So what's going on?
Catching you with your pants down.
Brother, it is a nice day out there.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
Very nice. It's beautiful out too.
Yep.
Change color.
And it's supposed to be like in the 70s this weekend, from what I heard.
Nice.
So
Did any of y'all go look at the supermoon that happened last night? I guess.
Yeah.
mm-mm.
Oh, that's right. You are the night owl.
Yeah.
Gonna say.
Dude, I was out at 7.
That's that middle-aged blues.
Done.
I remember that a couple of years.
Yeah. But our party days are long beyond us.
Yeah, it's no party.
Nope, not happening no more.
Right? We got gray hair. You ain't got none. You're still partying.
Yeah, I
Here's
think so.
You roll. I would roll with that completely.
Right.
But you know what's funny? It's just in my beard, though, you know? Like,
Well, yeah, and you never really have a beard, so
Mm-mm.
I mean, this is how you will know if you're getting older. And you grow your beard out, it will get gray.
yeah. And I tried it with my nose hair, but it just didn't work out like that.
Wait for the ear hair.
Ooh, buddy.
You guys are so lucky.
Why, you have a lot of that too?
No, you're just lucky you have all these,
Gels?
growths.
Gross.
I like it.
So yeah, on to business.
Yeah. Carrie, you want to go first?
Sure. I'll talk about South Torch Lake Fire Department over in Alden. They called us today. Mike called us and said they are doing their community dinners, community meals again, like for the winter time frame, October through April. They're going to have the last Wednesday of the month from 5 to 6 p.m. They'll do a community dinner, a community meal there at the fire hall for the community, but veterans are free. And I guess it doesn't say how much, but I think it's by donation for community members to come and have a meal there. So people have been asking about it. And so now that we know, the first one's going to be October 30th. That's a Wednesday from 5 to 6 p.m. And I think we're going to put it on our Facebook page.
Why wouldn't we?
And I don't know if it's on theirs yet, but it's on their website. The southtorchfire.org is their website in case anybody needs more information, or you can go to our
They got a
Facebook site.
Yep.
Yeah, he just said he wasn't sure if it was on yet. I know they're busy, so.
Is there a colored one of those?
Yep.
We've
already put it up.
Cool.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's kind of cool. And then I guess Tractor Supply here in Bel Air, and I don't know if all of them do it or not, but his wife works there. So she mentioned that there is a hometown heroes kind of an event at Tractor Supply on October 26th, I think, because it's Saturday, from noon till 4. And I don't know exactly what they'll be doing, but just thought I'd mention it. Something kind of cool. And that's for, EMS, fire, police, military, veterans. So it's in honor of them.
Heck yeah.
Yeah,
I like it.
Kind of cool stuff.
You got anything?
Heck yeah.
I don't know why I say that. It's like my go-to.
What, about the dinners and stuff?
The heck yeah.
Well, they do pretty good. I mean,
Mhm.
they won last year's chili cook-off,
Oh,
right?
Yeah, I was
You
gonna
gotta get
say any firefighter doesn't know how to cook. It's kind of scary,
You gotta get one going again this year. We're supposed to be doing it in Manslona, but I ain't heard anything more from them. They must be scared.
I think they're scared.
Scaredy cats.
Mm-hmm.
I still want to call somebody out. Just be like, hey, we got to do a fun video again with those guys. That'd be fun.
That was pretty cool. I liked it for sure.
What else was
So-
there? I got Tractor Supply, that event. Oh, man, I wish I brought that with me. Was it the 8th, did I say? For Commission on Aging?
11.
Oh, yeah, November 8th
No.
is when they're on the Friday before Veterans Day.
That's right. Yep. No, so November 8th, from, God, I think it was till 3.
Like 11 a.m. probably.
Yes, 11 to 3. And we have it on our website too, but there's a posting on there for they do an annual dinner free for veterans and their spouse, and then it's going to be believe it's like a discounted price for food for everybody else.
Yeah.
But they're going to do a really fun thing. I'm not going to ruin the surprise because they haven't said anything about it, but we got that going on. And then, of course, Veterans Day this year from 10 to 4, Central Lake AMVETS, we're going to be having their annual blood draw. So I would definitely check in with that one.
And then they have their Veterans Day dinner, following right after.
That's right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Central Lake AMVETS. We also got to give a big old shout out to them as well. They helped out greatly. Was it this last weekend?
Absolutely.
With a community vet here, and it was short notice. They came out and got some physical effort in there, and we got this vet squared away. Not only that, they did the extra mile and got him new furniture as well and bedding.
Really nice. Yeah.
Take care of him, but you can't. I mean, it's hard to find these days.
Yeah.
That's for sure. And then the Central Lake High School Honor Society had a high schooler come on out. And, I didn't even know it reached that far, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Yeah, I was shocked when he said that. It was really nice to hear that.
Pretty darn awesome, though.
Yeah. It's nice seeing the younger generation actually seeing the service over self kind of thing,
Mm-hmm. For Izzle, my nizzle.
Yes, sir. Let's see here.
He's shuffling papers right now. I don't like you can read.
Yeah.
They do have pictures on them, though.
I don't know if anybody knows this. That's why I'm bringing this up. I'm an outdoorsman myself, so I enjoy the heck out of it. But I was looking at Michigan State Veterans Benefits. So if you're a resident of Michigan, the things you actually get, the active duty hunting and fishing, of course, if you're active duty and you're up here, you can hunt and fish for free. If you're a non-resident, you can get a Michigan license for fishing or hunting at the residence cost. Also, disabled veteran hunting and fishing license. Veterans classified as permanent or total disabled can receive any hunting and fishing license, including those required in lottery, at no cost. So that's something I had no clue that Michigan does. This has kind of come up with, the Liberty Hunt and everything they do every year.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Of course, state parks. I don't know, you guys probably know that, but all state parks, state of Michigan, is absolutely free for veterans and national.
I think the state is fairly new.
Is it?
Like the past couple of years.
Permanent total, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they just added it to all.
To all, yeah.
Right?
Otherwise, it's like $10 for the recreation pass.
Right.
A little higher than that nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And cost of living is going up. Pay is going up.
Big time. Then I found something. Now this was brought out by DMVA, Michigan Veteran Affairs Agency, back in April of this year. But basically, it's when they announced that there was a new program for 40,000 veterans to stay in their homes. So I'm just going to read off the second paragraph on this because I thought it was really neat. I did not know about this, especially if you're a homeowner. But VASP is a new last resort tool and VA's a comprehensive suite of home retention options for eligible veterans, active duty service members, and surviving spouses with VA guaranteed home loans who are experiencing severe financial hardship through VASP. VA will, wow, apparently I can't read today either. VA will purchase defaulted VA loans from mortgage servicers, modify the loans, and then place them with a VA-owned portfolio as direct loans. So basically, this will empower the VA to work directly with eligible veterans to adjust their loans and their monthly payments so they can keep their homes. With VASP, their borrowers will have a fixed 2.5% interest rate, which will provide a constant, affordable payment for the remainder of their loan.
Nice.
So, I brought that up and I saw that this morning and I was like, I'm glad that I'm doing okay. But I know some other veterans aren't, in our community.
Yeah.
So I would implore any veteran that's having issues with maybe being arrearage with their mortgage and they feel like they might default on it, check out the VA's website, look DMVAA up, and the VASP program. I think I got that all out. I spent it all out.
That's a lot, right?
Yeah,
It is.
we'll share it on the Facebook page too,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe you did.
It's crazy. There's a lot of information out there that people just don't know about. I mean, it's hard for us to keep up on a daily basis.
Yeah.
You know? But along with that, we also need to make sure we mention about, NMCAA, SSVF.
Right.
We have different programs to help out with, rent, mortgage, or even that if you are homeless, like getting them, into a stable environment.
Yeah.
With a roof over their head, and especially as the winter months coming and everything.
Yeah.
But then you also have MVTF, the trust fund there that does emergency grants and county. We even have them. So.
Yeah. And we want people to know that they can come and ask. It's hard to get a hold of a lot of veterans that might want help but are kind of hesitant. And but we'll try to help in any way we can. We don't want anybody to be afraid to come here. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But to help stuff like this, coming here and letting us see exactly how we can help you, whether it's with an emergency grant or if it's working on a claim or rating increase or anything like that. There's something to be said there too.
Mm-hmm.
So, what I will say is like our office has stayed busy longer this year than what we typically do. I mean, typically beginning of mid-September to October, in past years we've seen drop off, and that's coming into the office and filing claims and stuff like that. But this year it's still staying pretty busy and steady. But yeah, so when we talk about this kind of stuff, we're talking claim work, application for VA benefits, whether it's going to be compensation or VA healthcare. That just starts with a question. Come into the office and sit down with one of us and see exactly how we can help. We're going to talk about your service time. We're going to talk about any injuries that occurred during that time. Depending on the era of service, what act they may be able to fall under, and if there's presumptives that they're, dealing with.
Yep, you don't know sometimes until you ask, and like we're learning every day still, like what Matt said.
Big time. Yeah, to be honest with you too, there's another one. I don't know if you guys do this, but I get on YouTube and I'm not going to mention the YouTubes I watch because whatever, but there's a bunch of veterans that are on YouTube that actually are VSOs or they're veteran advocates and they've educated themselves or whatever, but I have that thing constantly turned on. It just is background noise while I'm sitting there. What was that?
He's trying to mess with us.
You're laughing, and he sits here and says, "I have it constantly turned on." I was like,
YouTube. Oh my god. Yeah, but I'm always playing something. No.
Oh, we're still going. Cool.
No, we're still rocking it. That's just more editing for me.
But yeah.
No, I'm constantly like diving in as far as these YouTube videos to try to keep up with the pace, but it's just what we were talking about before with the new rating changes coming up in April for mental health conditions, tinnitus, sleep apnea. I mean,
back in October,
right. Well, moving into April is when they're doing it and stuff, and it's like a lot of the little details and stuff I had no clue about the medication for mental health and the way that they're gonna rate is a lot different now. You can't just open a book up. You literally have to scour the internet sometimes to try to find this information.
No, to stay just to stay afloat, you got to immerse yourself with all the information that's coming out there, and then just verify it as well.
Yeah, it changes so fast, so often.
Yeah. Well, and that's another thing too, is getting the right information. you know, because sometimes it's just hearsay stuff, you know, and you don't want to give your veterans the wrong information, so you got to go down wormholes sometimes and
Yeah.
try to find the actual truth, you know.
Yeah, and then we were talking earlier about when we file claims for our veterans and they get correspondence from the VA from Veterans Benefits Administration. Once we do that, the intent to file, they'll send a whole pack of forms for our veterans to fill out, and we are not requesting these forms, but they go automatically, and we get so frustrated. It frustrates the veterans too.
Because they think there's something
that they have to do.
Mm-hmm.
And so we get, sometimes our veterans are, you know, they're not tech savvy. They might not get on the computer. You know, they don't want to fill out these forms. That's what we're supposed to do. But they're getting them in the mail without us. You know, it's like, I thought the VA was going paperless.
That's not the truth.
But they'll send you a whole tree of forms that you don't need to fill out. And so when we do the claims, we do want to know if there's something that they need. But give us a call if you've done claims and you're not sure.
Don't touch the paperwork.
No, fill out. We do it. We'll do it for you.
I was just thinking. I
We
mean,
already did.
they can't. Here's the rock and hard place that VA's in right now, right? So not every veteran has emails, so they can't give all the forms out digitally like that now, right? I believe they're required by law to actually provide, with their duty to assist these forms for the next steps and stuff like that. I think the biggest thing is if there is forms that are given out or mailed to the vet, that they need to call us, talk to us, tell us what's going on. The bottom left hand of that paper has a form number on it. Yeah. Let us know what you got, and we'll be able to go from there. 9 times out of 10, we're gonna already.
We've already done it, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or we're already tracking it.
Or there was something missing, and we'll take care of it. But yeah, we always want you to call and let us know.
Those are the trickier ones right there when you're missing something, right? Because it doesn't just come out and lay it right out for you and say that, hey, VA, we're still developing a claim. We're looking for X, Y, Z. You have until this date to, process it to us. It doesn't just outline it like that.
Yeah, it's very wordy.
Yes.
Very detailed, and often I notice they have asked multiple times for the medical records that we've already sent. And so I will send them again for you and again and again. And it's just, we do that, and we just want to make sure.
Yeah, I mean, we've had veterans before in the past where, we've done their claim, and then all of a sudden there was something that came in and they've done it, and then what it does is takes that fully developed claim and brings it down to a standard claim. And taking a little bit longer to get your stuff.
So anytime you add a condition to a fully developed, exactly.
Especially after step 3, I found out. It's kind of where, my claim's at, and I was looking at there, and that's one thing they outlined. If you're going to add something, and they highlight it now, it will bring it to a standard claim on the website.
Huh.
If you submit any claim, period, right? It doesn't matter if it just got in there or if it's being developed by them for 3 months, the moment you submit a multiple 526s listing different conditions, it brings them back down so that it can combine them, and that's the standard claim process at that point.
Don't be Carl. Don't do it. If you got questions, ask us. That's what we're here for. As a matter of fact, it keeps us employed, so please.
Yeah.
But we deal with it every day. We're used to that the nuances, and if there's anything special about a claim, it's it's putting the veteran's experiences and injuries onto paper using certain verbiages that the VA recognizes and deals with and likes to hear. That's huge in itself, right? And then laying it out in a format that they
clarifies exactly what we're trying to get.
Yeah. And then the next thing is researching. It's not just us three. We have got a plethora, big word there for you, of resources in order to bounce off different ways to file claims for different conditions and what kind of supporting documents or statements or evidence we can provide in order to help support that claim the best.
Yeah.
So on top of that, being able to reference different legislation that has gone on over the years that even we forgot about, or you know, the newer legislation coming out, and
Yeah.
there's just so much to this.
Mm-hmm.
There is.
It's
And
kind of an art. It really
every
is.
claim is different. So different.
Yeah,
You can have the same thing that you're claiming as another veteran, and you're going to get a different outcome based on all the details of your personal experience. And
Yeah, each case is unique, really.
mhm,
a lot of it comes
very.
down to that service time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when you file the claim after service on top of that,
Mhm.
right? So we all know that golden year after you get out of the military, everything is pretty much presumed to have happened while you're in service. Whatever injury condition you're facing, is presumed at that point in time. The longer you get outside your ECS, the harder it is to find the nexus to connect it to your service.
Right.
But with that being said, we can have two different veterans, two different branches, both filing for hearing loss, right? Well, let's go for a different one. Okay, let's say a right elbow injury, right? Same mechanism of injury, same uh, severity in the condition, but one will get rated higher than the other, just simply due to the treatment history
Mhm.
of the, one service member over in service.
Right.
So
True.
there are a lot of nuances, a lot of small things that make a big difference, especially in the rating scheme when it gets to that point. But like you said, there's no one claim that's like the other.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And some people don't know that, if you were active duty, your whole entire time is considered service connected. If you got hurt, you can claim it. If you had a lawnmower accident, you're on base housing, or if you're off base and you're active duty,
Mm-hmm.
you get hurt, you can claim that. Don't get that a whole lot, but sometimes people are afraid to ask about it, and it's like, no, it, just ask. It doesn't hurt.
Yeah, absolutely. And guess what? We're not the ultimate raters or the decision makers on these claims.
No,
All right, that's the VA. Um,
we're setting it up for hopefully to get granted. Yeah.
right. So it does not hurt for us to file a claim, no matter what it is. The one thing I will say though is, if we have a claim, we want to work on a claim, but you're already rated, right? Whether it's a rating increase or a new condition that we're going to file for, it opens up the entirety of your old existing claim conditions to be re-rated. All right. And that's why, before you do any kind of claim work, we want to get into the VA file and see exactly what you're rated for each condition, and is there a risk that you're going to lower that condition, that rating for that condition
Mm-hmm.
by opening up a new,
Hmm.
so we got to weigh the pros and the cons on that and make sure that, you come out ahead with your VA rating, that's a huge part of it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never thought about well, I've had a couple cases where, we've looked into VBMS to kind of see, where the veteran was as far as his ratings, how long he's had it, and stuff like that. I think when I first started here, we had a guy that came in and he was already rated at 90%, and oh yeah, he was rated at 90%, and he wanted to file a claim, and we told him he was already at like 18 or 19 years with that same rating, so it's
Mhm.
almost to his 20-year mark right there at 90%, and we put in a claim, and I think he got reduced from 70%
Oh.
PTSD to 50%. Came back, and of course he was upset, and he came back and talked to us, and we had warned him, told him, what was going on, what could happen, whatever. Thankfully, I think he did end up getting a 70% back after we had to explain to the VA that, it was a pretty bad case anyway, But that's those little things, if you don't know this inside information, you could set yourself for failure, Not a good thing.
You also made mention on like the years,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
So tell me about the distinguishing markers in the years, that the longevity of the claim. So your 5, 10, 20-year rules.
We were just talking. Me and Carrie were just talking about this. Or Carrie and I were just talking about this the other day.
You're looking at Robert English.
Well, that's where my brain farts on that one, because I don't know why I can't remember that 5, 10, 50, or 5, 10, 20 thing.
Oh, so you couldn't
I know
remember?
20, I know for sure you can't be reduced. The only way to reduce you would be like fraud.
Yep.
15 or 10. See, that's where I get mixed between 5 and 10.
Don't look at me.
No choice but to look at it across from me.
Dad's quizzing us.
Don't ask me
Oh,
the exact, because those always trip me up too.
Yeah.
All right. So with the 5-year, right? They have to find at least somebody. If you getting rated for a condition, 5 years has passed, right? From 5 to 9 years, right? They would have to find a person who holds at least the same level of certification as who did your original rating at that point in time, okay, to review and give you that new CMP and new rating, right?
Wow.
Well, that comp penny bell, sorry, not the rating at that point. Now, the 10-year rule, if you get to 10 all the way up to 19 years, they would have to find a provider that is a specialist or holds a higher certification in order to overturn that older CMP exam.
Oh, wow.
Okay, and that's only to decrease it, right? Or
Well,
for an increase also. Is
yeah.
that correct? Okay.
And 20, I'm so glad you said that. Once you reach that 20 years of holding that same rating there, the likelihood it's ever going to get changed is nil.
Right.
And with the exception of fraud.
Right.
Now, with that being said, it's not from the original date of decision for that claim, right? So anytime you put a newer claim in, regardless if it's for the same condition or a newer condition, right, that clock starts over again from that decision date for all conditions.
Your most recent decision on any claim is.
I didn't realize this. So at 19, that guy at 19 years just rolled his clock back over.
Yep.
Wow. Things you, wow. Okay, well, learning lesson right there.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like you said, it's all nuanced stuff. This is stuff that you go through CEUs and continuing education and training. It's in your manuals, and it's known knowledge, but
there's a lot of information.
Well, trying to holding it
underneath all that other stuff, because how relevant is that to you on a daily basis?
Right.
You get so thought into assisting the veteran that comes in here, and for better or worse, that's 9 times out of 10, you're going to assist them with whatever claim condition they come in here for, knowing this in the back of your head. Because if you can get them a higher rating, it doesn't, you know what I'm saying? Especially if you get them rated for a newer condition as well, right? Think about the possibilities of extra benefits thereafter, not just for the service member, but for the family as well.
Right.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah. It's a lot to remember. So, like, someone could have a 70% rating, for example, and then come in and be like, hey, by the way, now I have active cancer. And we need to do a claim for them, and they have to have surgery or whatever. So then it restarts the clock.
That's crazy.
Which is kind of not fair. I mean, it doesn't seem fair at all.
Well, think about it. It's changing the rating.
Yeah.
True.
Mhm. The entire, yeah.
Yeah.
Even though sometimes, hopefully, it's a temporary thing. A lot of times, like with cancer. Yeah.
Pretty nifty.
Good info.
Learning.
Helps us remember when we talk about this stuff too.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's good having the three of us together. I mean, I will say that being able to spitball back and forth and everything else has been a lifesaver at the beginning of my career. You know what I mean? So there's always a different way to do it. There's always a different way to look at things too.
100%. And that's why you don't want to stick to just one way of training or one way of doing claim work. And you basically barricade yourself in your office and you do it your way all the time, right? Without getting exposure to other VSO offices or organizations that do the claim work as well, because there's always some way that somebody's figured out to better file a claim or enhance the possibilities of a better result for a veteran. That if you just do your 9 to 5, just come in and out, you'll never know that you don't ever benefit the community.
That's true. And you know what? The greatest thing about being a CVSO too is the other CVSO family that you get with us. We got Mike from up north in Mackinac. We got all kinds of other offices locally that we work with all the time. Heck, I call them. I've called Kalkaska a couple times to ask, hey, I got this. Nobody, you guys had appointments and stuff like that, and I was able to call her up and get some information. It was great, and it worked. I'm glad that we have that ability to work with other offices and get the information sometimes when we don't have it, but we need it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
what are y'all gonna do this weekend?
Leaves again, probably.
That never ends over there.
No, it never does. No, maybe go fishing.
I think I'm going to my oldest son's marching band competition down by Grand Rapids.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. He's got it. He'll be at the game tonight at Elk Rapids. Doing that also.
You ever do anything to play a prank on or anything like that? Like stuff marshmallows down his instrument or something?
He plays the drums, so.
Put pillows in it.
Hey, what's going on? He figures out everything too quick. I probably couldn't trick him.
Yeah.
Kids are smart.
Yeah.
Put some
Give him wet willies though.
Go. Good.
Muscle cream in his underwear before he goes.
No, I've never done anything like that.
I've seen that in high school. I think somebody got suspended for that in high school, I think.
I don't think I'd do that to my own kid.
I remember being in basic training and how the toilets are all lighting up and stuff like that. There's no breaking them or anything.
Mm-hmm.
And you always know when your PT test day was coming for the Army anyways, right? So there, or even just a long road march or something, right? So you get a group of guys that would just sit there and bring that Bengay, and it was nice and white and stuff, and it blended right in with the toilet seats. They'd rub it on the toilet seat right before PT formation. And the next thing you know, when you're downstairs in the formation, you see somebody bouncing around and uncomfortable as all get out, especially if you're out in formation after working out and all that sweat and stuff. Boy,
I'm literally visualizing this in my head right now. I'm just seeing somebody in the back of the formation, just like crawling out of their skin, pain.
Anybody who wants to try that, go try it, and then run a mile. It's just that stupid shit that we used to do.
Yeah. You remember Emery, the heaters?
Yeah.
The monster cans, the closable one, like the big monster cans. Well, we used to take that heater and put it inside an empty monster container. Put a little water in it. Of course, that heater starts working, but it fills up with gas that's in there. take that and just throw it in like the hooch where everybody's sleeping and stuff like that. Thing explodes, everybody's up.
But see, we never did it with the cans. We did it with the water bottle.
There you go.
But we throw some Tabasco sauce in there from the MRE as well. Yeah.
Vaporize and people are.
Oh. Come out.
That's
Here, some
bad.
infantry still pissed.
That's a different kind of warfare right there.
You know?
Everybody's got hot sauce on her, with their MREs too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm telling you, spaghetti with some cheese and some Tabasco.
cheese.
That was it.
Cheese. If I smell MRE cheese, like the wheat bread that comes with that,
oh man,
I gag every time.
I tell you.
I don't even think it's bread, honestly.
I ate plenty of it, that's for sure.
Did you?
Oh yeah.
The eggs. Ew.
Oh,
eggs.
No, eggs was a whole nother story.
Nobody in the right mind grabbed that.
Omelet or whatever.
Oh.
Yeah.
Green eggs, they come out and they're not even cooked. You can never cook them right, where they're not just liquidy.
I just think of it like a piece of rubber.
Pretty much.
Bounce if you.
What's your favorite MRE? Deployed.
Lloyd, I didn't have to have any MREs.
I liked.
No. Yeah.
I didn't.
Air Force, I'm telling you.
The chili mac.
I had a decent job.
Chili mac.
That was okay.
And the beef stew. And the only reason I like both those are because they were actually made by Hormel, so it's really pretty much the same thing you get in a can.
Yeah.
But the beef stew is really good too.
I thought the like tuna casserole. That was actually okay.
Well, they got rid of that. You got rid of that MRE like in the early 2000s.
Oh, okay.
But you know what's funny?
No, really. Chicken a la king. That was a good one back in the day too.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one was okay.
So chili mac was definitely my favorite when I first came in for like basic training. The Floyd though is the pork rib.
Yeah, if you can find those.
That big McRib.
Was it like the McRib thing?
Yeah, but you didn't get the bread or anything with it. You just fry that up. But that compared to the meat, what was the one that just had the?
Yeah.
I remember pulling it out of the packet and just seeing all the frozen like grease,
Yeah, it's like
was it roast white beef or something?
The little nodules of white fat.
Patty,
yeah.
I never had one of those. Yeah.
At least with the pork, but the two meats looked similar. You know what I'm saying?
They do.
But at least with the pork, it came with some barbecue sauce on it and stuff.
Some mystery meats.
I remember having one that, they'd have the M&Ms or whatever, the little M&Ms sometimes.
Oh yeah.
It had like whatever it had an Olympics, like the Olympics symbol on it from like 1986 or something like that.
She got some old MREs.
They were old. Yeah.
I can see that though. Wow. They last a long time.
Yeah.
I think it was
but not forever.
Though. Yeah, it was pretty funny.
I still think we need to bring back the old Lucky Strikes, So, 2 cigarettes inside your sea rats way back in the day.
But it's cool. You see some of these shows on, like you were talking about YouTube earlier. People go out and find these old sea rations and stuff, and they open up the tins and then try to eat them and stuff.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I thought it was kind of cool, though, how they actually had their meals back in the day. Everything was in a tin. Everything was nice. It had a purpose. There was everything you needed. Now they kind of give you just 300 calories or 3,000 worth of calories of crap, basically, now,
Yeah. But I wonder, back in the day, how tactically sound was that to carry that with you as you're doing maneuvers and stuff?
That's a good point.
I don't know how much of a difference that would have made if, depending on the mission, obviously.
Yeah.
Right? Nowadays, you put stuff from that in your pocket.
And I got cargo pockets for everything nowadays.
Where
I put all my gunk in my pockets. Just walk around with Slim Jims and Skittles and Sweet Tarts and everything else. I was a fat kid on the planet. Heck yeah. Yeah.
Well, Anderson County, I appreciate all you guys' support, and I hope you have a great weekend. I had to self-monitor my speech there, So, it's hard for me to not say filler words.
Yeah, I do that too much. So, all right. Well, you guys have a wonderful weekend, and we will see you guys next week.
Peace out and miss us.
Bye bye.